So one word we're hearing a lot about lately is autonomy, in reference to the announcement that's recently came that JNU is one among several public and private universities which have been granted quote-unquote autonomy from the UGC. Meaning, of course, that there will be less UGC oversight and that the universities will be free to do many things, including raise tuition and fees precipitously for students. Now, one other meaning of the word autonomy comes very much in women's movements, and that meaning of the word autonomy means that women, especially adult women, should have the right to study, to decide for ourselves what we do in our jobs, in our lives. And these two ideas of autonomy we're seeing in JNU right now actually are at odds. So what's happening is that recently in the hostels there was a 200% hike in the mess bill. That's also been accompanied by, in the past, say 6 months in JNU, increased in warden checkings. Now, warden checkings normally are about seeing whether the rightful resident is in the room. But recently, warden checkings in JNU have also included wardens going into the private space and looking through our mirrors, generally making students feel intimidated and threatening that students should have to pay massive fines for having necessary appliances such as heaters, or that students should be kicked out of the hostel for not abiding by very strict rules. So here we see that the fee hike, the mess fee hike, which is the result of one kind of autonomy, which is the autonomy quote-unquote of the institution to raise prices, is actually at odds with the other kind of autonomy, which is that women students should be able to study in peace, should be able to make our own decisions, have our own privacy, and above all should be able to afford education. Especially for women, if we can't have access to affordable education, then our options in life become a lot less. When we've struggled our entire lives to access education, and when higher education becomes unaffordable, when women's hostel becomes unaffordable, then for many of us, the only other option is to abandon our careers and get married. So here we see that actually the UGC's idea of university autonomy is against the idea of women's autonomy.